All right, so I was watching Ring of Honor last night. So I haven't watched Ring of Honor maybe in the past 4 weeks. So I was watching it and I'm like, what are these people doing? See, this is why Ring of Honor hasn't grown since the elites left. No progress has been made in 2 years. I'm saying to myself, okay, I was watching the show last night. They had two matches in 1 hour. That's all they had. Two matches in 1 fucking hour. And the first match was a boring ass tag match. And the match lasted for 12 minutes, but if you add on all the fucking breaks from the commercials, it was 25 minutes of clogged up TV time. Are you serious? And then the main event was a pointless, a house show worthy 8-man tag match that meant nothing. They wasn't fighting for nothing. Like, what am I watching here? See, this is why Ring of Honor, look, there's a reason why characters and guys who have gimmicks, they don't sign to Ring of Honor. Because Ring of Honor, they haven't changed. See, this is why they would never grow. It's like, you can't keep focusing on wrestling. I sound like a broken record. They've been around for 20 years. They've made no progress. Zero fucking progress. They still have the same formula. Wrestling first and storylines don't fucking matter. That's what it is. That show is still built on nothing but wrestling. They brought back the pure wrestling championship. You see, Ring of Honor is what's bad about today's professional wrestling. They serve no purpose in today's professional wrestling. They are setting back professional wrestling. See, this is why no companies want to fucking work with them. Fucking Impact Wrestling don't want to work with them. New Japan Wrestling don't want to work with them. AEW doesn't want to work with them. Because they are stuck in their own same fucking ways. And here's why. Did you know they almost signed Enzo and Big Cass? And guess what? They passed on them. They passed on them. All because it was smart mark fan backlash. When they invaded Madison Square Garden. You know what I'm saying? It was fan backlash saying, oh, we don't want those guys. Those guys are bad shit. Even though those guys would have made you popular. Those guys would have drew you some fucking ratings. And now look at Big Cass. Big Cass is a fucking star in Impact Wrestling now. So how stupid do you look, Ring of Honor? Fucking Enzo, he's actually doing work on the indies right now. So how stupid do you look, Ring of Honor? All your guys are leaving. You got EC3 on your roster, and nobody knows he even works there. You haven't done nothing with EC3, and you still have the same formula. You are wasting Jay Lethal. You are wasting his prime years. You have nobody on your roster that anybody cares about because all you're focusing on is wrestling. Nothing but wrestling. I wasted my time watching Ring of Honor. They showed 2 matches in 1 fucking hour. 2 tag matches that meant nothing. No meaningful promos, no storytelling, no nothing. No backstage segments, nothing leading to nothing. Just a waste of time. This is why you will never grow, Ring of Honor. You would never change. That is fucking pathetic. All you're focusing on is wrestling. It was a boring ass 8-man tag match. It was Jay Lethal, Gresham, and a couple other guys facing 4 other guys that nobody cares about. That nobody cares about. There's no character development in Ring of Honor. Nobody has a character that you can actually fucking pick apart. All your matches are long. All your matches mean nothing. It was a huge waste of time. I'm gonna say it again. This is why Ring of Honor hasn't signed any fucking stars. This is why nobody wants to go there. If you have a character or a gimmick, don't go to Ring of Honor because they will not use you at all. They only believe in bland, work rate, no charisma wrestlers on their roster. That's all they care about is the wrestling. That's all they care about. And I'm like, dog, you have no audience. You are wrestling in a fucking empty building. It's empty. That should give you some ideas. Like, okay, maybe you can change something now. Try to experiment with shit. You have no audience. Try to experiment. You have no audience, right? And yet you are still pumping out the same formula. Matches over everything. What's the point of having a 5-star match in an empty fucking building? What are you doing? Nobody cares how good Jonathan Gresham is. Who is he wrestling in front of? Nobody. This is your opportunity to create storylines. Do some fun shit. Because right now, you are the non-fun company. Your show is boring. How you gonna be around for 20-something years and you haven't grown your audience not one time? You've been around 20 years. All your guys left for the WWE. And yet, you still got the same audience. You still got the same fucking audience. Because you keep catering to the same niche. Have a great 12, 15-minute match, then shake hands after. What? Nigga, we don't want to see that. We want to see conflict. We want to see animosity. Dude, these fuckers, it was Jay Lethal and 3 other guys. 8-man tag match. They had a 30-minute 8-man tag match. I'm not lying to you. And they shook hands afterwards. All 8 guys shook fucking hands. Okay, why are you wrestling in a 30-minute 8-man tag match? And what? Why? For fucking pride? You see, Ring of Honor, this is why you would never grow. You would never go anywhere. Every company has to eventually change up their formula. You can't keep sticking with the same formula for the past 20 years. That's why y'all don't make no money. This is why nobody's watching. Nobody cares about Ring of Honor. You will never change. You have a boring product that is still sticking with the same formula. Match over everything. No storylines, no characters, no gimmicks, no nothing. No fun, no nothing. And your audience is empty. That should give you a fucking opportunity to try things new. Like fucking Raw did. And SmackDown did. Under the fucking pandemic. But that's a side rant. Now let's get back to fucking Tony Khan. This dude is comparing himself to fucking Roman Reigns now. Claiming it took 5 years for Roman Reigns to be where he's at when it comes to a popularity level. And he said it took me 2 years to get fan support. No, bitch. Shut up. No, don't. Tony Khan. It feels like he's saying dumb shit for guys like me to make videos on. I'm serious. I'm starting to feel like he's saying dumb shit on purpose to have people like me make YouTube shit about him. Because I can't let this slide. I was going to. I can't let it slide. What an egomaniac. I'm like, first of all, Khan, guess what? I'm sorry to break it to you. You have no fans. So Tony Khan, I'm talking about you, the person, Tony Khan. You, the person, you have no fans. You don't have a fucking fan base. Okay? You piggybacked off the elite. You piggybacked off the Bullet Club. You piggybacked off the popularity of the Bullet Club and the elite. Okay? Cody Rhodes said it with his own mouth. After a show, you came up to all four guys and you pitched an idea to start your own company. Because those guys were popular. You knew they had a cult following. So you hitched your wagon onto them, the most popular guys on the indies, who have tons of friends who can work for you. So let me say that again, Tony Khan. You are not popular. The four guys you went into business with, those guys are the popular ones that you are making money off of. You as a person, you had no fans, bro. Talk about it took you 2 years to get fan support. No, bitch, no, shut up. You have no fans. All you did was hitch your wagon onto the hottest faction, which was the Bullet Club. Stop it. Now let's get back to, look, my opinion on Tony Khan. Look, he is a fanboy for the WWE, and here's why. Do you think Vince McMahon, Nick Khan, and Bruce Pritchard, do you think they watch Dynamite? Do you think they watch Rampage? Tony Khan, you keep on saying Raw sucks, SmackDown sucks. You keep on saying those shows suck because you watch those shows, right? Nigga, Vince McMahon don't watch your shows. Why are you watching his show? Let me give you some news, Tony Khan. Vince McMahon does not watch your show. He don't care about not one guy on your fucking roster. He don't know nobody on your roster outside of his ex-WWE guys. And here's why I brought that up. The reason I say he's a fanboy for the WWE, how do you know, how the hell do you know Aleister Black? Huh? How do you know Ruby Riott? How do you know these people? Because Aleister Black was never on TV when he was on Raw. Ruby was a jobber on SmackDown. She didn't get a lot of TV time because she was always injured. Miro, his last year in the WWE, he wasn't on TV all that much. So how are you so familiar with all of Vince McMahon's talent? Because you are a fanboy for his company. You keep on saying his show sucks, but you keep on citing all the guys from his show that you think suck. So in a way, you are signing wrestlers who suck, right? Because you're signing guys from his show that you claim suck, which means you think all the people you are signing suck. At the end of the day, Tony Khan, Ruby was on that show that you said sucked. So you are signing talent who suck? How are you so familiar with all these talent? How are you so familiar with fucking Bobby Fish? How are you so familiar with Adam Cole, Aleister Black, Andrade, Pac? How are you so familiar with these guys? Because every week as a fanboy, you watch SmackDown and fucking Raw. Everybody knows that now. That's why you're a fanboy. You're a fanboy for Vince's wrestlers because you keep on signing them because you are a fan of them, which makes you a fan of fucking Raw, which makes you a fan of SmackDown. So how does SmackDown sucks? How does Raw sucks if you keep on signing those guys from that show that you said sucks? You know what I'm saying? That right there makes zero sense. I mean, this is a guy that said he's a fan of Bray Wyatt. How are you a fan of Bray Wyatt if you have been focusing on your company for the past 2 years? So you've been observing what he's been doing in the other company that you are so obsessed over. You see what I'm saying? Things don't add up here. And it's obvious that you keep on listening to your fan base because ain't it kind of strange how Tony Khan keeps on signing people who his fan base makes this false narrative that, oh, this guy was underutilized. This girl was underutilized. Okay, so let me make my fanboys happy by signing this guy that Vince underutilized to make my fan base happy so I can look like the fucking hero. I'm pushing guys that Vince didn't want because you are catering to your audience. Which will be your downfall 4 years from now. You keep on catering to them. So when Vince releases a talent and all the smarks say, oh, Vince didn't know what he was doing with him. He was so underutilized. How can you fuck up Ricochet? How can you not want Adam Cole? You do your ass know what Khan does when he hears that? He signs Ruby Soho and he hands her the Casino Battle Royale win over his homegrown talent that he's been building up for the past 2 years. That's a problem to me. That's an issue. That's a problem. Because he's a fanboy at heart. He's a smart fanboy. And please stop. People need to stop calling him a fucking billionaire. He is not a billionaire. He is the son of a billionaire. He is nothing more than a trust fund son. Shut the fuck up. He is a trust fund baby. What did he do to make his first billion? I'll wait. Tell me in the comment section. When did Tony Khan make his first billion? On his own. He is not a billionaire. Ted Turner is a billionaire. Vince McMahon is a fucking billionaire. You guys don't know what a billionaire is. He is spending his dad's money. That ain't his money. Okay? Just because your father's rich, just because your parents are rich, that don't make you rich. That's parenting 101. Nigga, just because I'm rich, that don't make you rich. You are the son of a rich guy. That don't make you rich. So shut the fuck up. You are spending your daddy's money. That's your daddy's money. You don't make more money than a WWE. Okay? This is a hobby for you, Tony Khan. Okay? This is a class project hobby for you. You asked your dad, hey, I want to have my own company. And your fucking father gave you the money to fucking do so. Which means your father is just an investor. It's not really your company. He is your investor. How are you rich? You ain't rich. Nigga, Tony Khan is an employee of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He don't own them. He's a fucking employee. Vince McMahon is a boss of multiple companies. Tony Khan is an employee of the Jaguars, okay? Let that sink in. He's an employee. Let's just say this. He is the Stephanie McMahon of the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's all I'm saying. To give you better context, he is the Stephanie McMahon of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He don't own it. He's an employee. Tony Khan, you ain't Ted Turner. You ain't richer than Vince McMahon. Okay, just because you can spend all your dad's money, that'll make you richer than Vince McMahon. That's stupid. And eventually, when AEW doesn't make more and more profits, TNT will most likely not sign you back. Because it's not all about the wrestling. It's about ratings, pushing numbers, cre- creating more fans, not making the same ones happy. That's stupid. How are you going to grow your stars? How are you going to grow your audience? By staying in the same bubble, just like a Ring of Honor. You want to be like Ring of Honor? By making sure your same fans are happy and not having clarity enough to get more fans, to reach a broader audience, which you are not doing. Let's talk about Eric Bischoff. People say, oh, Tony Khan, he's like Eric Bischoff. No, he ain't. Tony Khan is not Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff was not a fanboy of professional wrestling. Did you know Eric Bischoff didn't watch not one episode of Monday Night Raw in the late 90s? But Khan, shit, it seems like he's a fanboy of Raw. Huh? Like, seriously, it seems like he's a fanboy of Raw because he always watches. But Bischoff, he never watched Raw in the late 90s. He was focused on his own show. Did you know Bruce Prichard, Vince, they didn't watch not one episode of Nitro? Did you know that? Bruce Prichard on his channel on YouTube, he is just now watching episodes of fucking Nitro as a watch along because he ain't watch it. Let that sink in. People who are focusing on their own company and trying to make it better, they don't watch other companies. If you feel like you are on the top of your game, you don't worry about your competition. You don't worry about nobody. If you know you are the best at what you do, you don't look at nobody else. You focus on your own business. That's what Bischoff did. That's what Vince did. That's why Tony Khan is a fucking amateur at this shit. He is a fanboy who has his own company now. He's like the smart in the audience that somebody gave him shit tons of money and he made his own company. That's what he is. Because you are not Eric Bischoff. You are not Vince. Those guys are not fanboys of fucking wrestling. You are a fanboy, which will be your downfall. You can't be a mark for wrestling if you are a boss. That's what you being a leader has to be about. You can't be a mark. You gotta put your foot down. You can't keep cutting, interviews, taking shots at Vince, Raw, and SmackDown, and then having a loss on a Friday when SmackDown whooped your ass. That makes you look stupid. That ruins your credibility. That makes your company look like a fucking joke. But look, I'm done.